when that there train a pit starts.
Well, hello everybody and welcome to another edition of the Dashawns2cents. We're live in studio with Hollywood superstar, the Hobo. How you doing, man?
I'm doing okay. I'm happy to be in here. It was a hot one today.
Yeah.
Nice to cool off inside.
Yes. How you like the studio we got now?
You know what? I like this. You got a good setup here. You can do a lot of really decent interviews because the sound quality you got with the studio is way better than you have live. Because you don't have any control over what you may run into as far as sound, as far as anything else in the live environment.
Yeah.
The controlled settings are optimum for videos. I know that.
And having you on last time was a fun interview. But yeah, Ryan Katz put it in the highlight video.
I saw that. I see my face amongst all of these superstars. I'm like, I don't know how I managed to get in, but I'm honored, to say the least.
Yeah, 7 minutes. We went out that side after Hollywood. It was a pretty good interview. I like to have guests on again. It's my show. I like people that I'm friends with and know.
Well,
People I get connected with and stuff, and people I know I can work with.
Well, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm on that short list, or maybe longer. I don't know. But I'm happy to be here, and that's the main part.
So, Chancellor Hollywood going to Commerce Casino this Sunday back there. How do you like going from there from the Glendale Studios?
Glendale Studios, you know, I have to say I like the studio better.
Yes, I do.
What people really didn't have a chance to see was all the amenities that the Glendale studio had to offer. There was really a shower. That video where I was taking my monthly shower, I really took my monthly shower.
Yeah.
And there were dressing rooms. It was set up like a studio, like a movie studio or a television studio. And I'm sad that Commerce Casino doesn't have the same locker room amenities that Glendale had.
Yeah.
But I have to say, the venue at Commerce Casino overall is better. It's bigger for starts. You can fit what? Man, I'm not even sure the number they're shooting for, but
500. Right?
yeah, like 500 people. You can pack just people on top of people in there, and hopefully, the show itself will expand to include all of the space that's available.
So Marquez's expectation is to get the whole thing filled.
Well, that's the hope. Now that we've got Mad TV, national cable television, hopefully we can bring even more people in. More people become interested in our product and what we're trying to do, and it'll grow until it's maybe one of the top promotions in the United States. We'll see what happens.
And we got you, one of the fan favorites. I like doing fan favorites there.
Man, you know what?
Fans love you when you come out before a show, get spare change, you do good.
When I first started wrestling, I had no idea that people were going to like me as much as they do.
Yeah.
I thought people were not going to like me. They were going to boo me because I'm a homeless guy.
Yeah.
And nobody likes homeless people, right?
Yeah.
Nobody goes, oh, hey, I'm going to hang out with that homeless guy.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen. And I thought, people are going to be sort of ambivalent. He's homeless. And I was expecting to get booed, but first match, they cheered for me. Second match, louder still. Third match, the place is going crazy, and I don't know. I started a following.
You got signs and everything.
I don't know. People believe in what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's just it. It's maddening. I could not be any happier with the position that I have.
And also, you work for more companies and Wrestling for Wrestling. You debuted for them. How was that?
It was good.
Wrestled JJ Steele.
JJ and I go way back.
Okay.
Way on back. So I was happy to lock horns with him once again after I was trying to figure out how many years it's been, but I was happy to lock up with him, and he's one of the toughest guys I've had a chance to wrestle. I've wrestled a lot of guys, and just for the money, JJ Steele has got to be one of the best. He will take it to you.
Yeah,
Boy. But working for Brian Kendrick's WPW was great. I loved it. Now, you know what? I'll be back on Friday.
Yeah, Friday. I'll be there. 9 o'clock bell time. Who are you facing this time?
Who am I facing? If I remember right, I'm facing Cedric the Hitman.
Oh,
Another Hollywood alum.
Yes.
Yep.
You guys put out quality matches. When you see your Hitman Hobo on the card, put quality matches on.
I'd have to imagine, I've never faced Cedric firsthand, but this will be the first time.
That's cool. Yeah, it's weird. Denver Orange. You go to Oregon together. He's been to Oregon with you and here with you.
True.
So.
I wouldn't say with me.
Yeah, not with you.
But we have
Might be around.
we have been in places at the same time.
And you've had your encounters with Family Stone, haven't you?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I was the first one to fight Othello.
The first one found
The first one. He absolutely decimated me.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Was one of my favorite matches. It really was. Because I never backed down. Not
Yeah.
for a second. I didn't care how big he was. I didn't care how much muscle he had. I just went at it. I went right for him. And I lost. I lost huge. But it didn't matter. Because I proved that I will put my money where my mouth is. What little money I have.
Yeah.
I have the intestinal fortitude.
You have
That's
on
right.
Twitter. You said you're a booger.
Well,
Yeah, you said you're like the opponent's booger.
it's true. You know, my opponents, they don't like me very much.
Yeah.
Because I don't give up.
Yeah.
I literally keep holding on to the very last second. And Othello managed to scrape me off of his shoe that time, but
Yeah.
many opponents haven't been able to pull that off.
The big thing this year, you had your feud of GQ Money was a big thing you had. MPW.
Yep, over at MPW. He and I, we've known each other since I started wrestling, and that was actually the first time we had ever wrestled. in an actual match in front of a crowd, that was the first time he and I were able to lock up. It seems funny that that's the case, but
Was it Fire Pit Pro you were a part of too?
Fit
Pit Pro, yeah.
Yeah. That's where I started.
Yeah.
But he was running the show. He
Yeah.
wasn't necessarily wrestling too much because he was doing the promoting duties and booking the matches. So he didn't wrestle too much. And I until then I had not had a chance to lock up with him in the squared circle.
Yeah.
But I finally did, and I'll say that we had some good chemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah, our second match together was voted match of the year for Millennium Pro Wrestling.
That's pretty
So I'd have to say that, yeah, maybe we were good together. And I was sad to see him go, I'll say that much.
I was at Greener Pastures NXT doing producers for that.
Man, you've seen photos of the new
Performance Center,
The
yeah.
Performance Center?
That's where he's
Oh,
working out now.
God, just amazing. I can't believe it. I mean, I've been talking to him, and it's an amazing place. And the thought that he has managed to sort of put that together in a way is, to me, it's just awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so elated that he has gone to such great heights. I expected that from him,
Yeah.
especially, yeah. But seeing him actually do it, nothing better. Could not be any happier.
What about Wrestling Oregon? You were there a couple weeks ago, was it last week?
Yeah, I was there, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
What is the difference between wrestling in Oregon and here? What's the style different?
Style's different.
Okay.
You got, over here you got these new style guys, you know. They love very spot heavy, you know what I
high
mean?
spots.
Yeah,
50s
a lot
and all
of that. Oregon, back to basics, man. Old school. I fit in really well in Oregon because I work the old school style.
Yeah.
Yeah, people love me there. It's amazing. I'm happy to be just about anywhere, and the fact that they like me so much in Oregon makes it that much better for me.
You were on Portland Uncut, I saw.
I was on Portland Uncut, and they're on hiatus, so I'm at WCWC right now.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
How's that promotion? I've heard a lot about it. My friend Jason goes up and refs for them. Brady
Yeah.
Bravo wrestling
It's
for
cool.
Brian Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yep.
the big guns.
It's great, man. What can I say? They've got a great venue. They got really good talent. You know,
Yeah.
that was one of the things I was noticing in Oregon is their talent is, some of it's good, some of it's not so good. There's some guys who need more experience, but the guys at West Coast Wrestling Connection, those guys are good.
Some of them made their debut for Hollywood.
That's true.
Eve and HD.
Well, I mean, they're trying to create that whole thing up and down the whole West Coast.
Pacific Northwest.
Exactly. That's why it's called a West Coast Wrestling Connection.
Okay.
You have a connection between Hollywood all the way up to Oregon. So they're running that pipeline. They take the best talent and everybody goes back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
Yep.
So who are some of your favorite opponents that you've been in the ring with?
Favorite opponents? Man, there've been a lot.
Yeah, we talked about Ryan Katz, we talked about Othello.
It's true. You know, opponents, I'd say Manimal was one of my favorite opponents.
Yeah.
Just because of the match that we had, the reception that we had, man, it was apparent to me
Yeah, I
and to
enjoyed
him
that match, yeah.
that we need to become a tag team.
Yeah.
And it did. We're famous.
Yeah.
People absolutely love the Manimal and the Hobo.
Yeah.
They think it's the dream come true.
Yeah.
Some people are calling it the best tag team in California, at least.
Hobo Manimal versus the Young Bucks? Well, that.
Come on, let's book it. Put it together.
Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you.
But Kevin Douglas has been a thorn in your side a little bit.
Oh, Kevin Douglas.
He's back now.
Yeah, I know. You know what? When that whole thing happened with the NWA and Hollywood split, unfortunately, Kevin Douglas, being a title holder, could no longer play ball in two different stadiums, so to speak. But, well, I'm glad to see him back.
Yeah.
But I'm not so glad to see him back.
I was in trouble seeing you and Manimal. I was in trouble. I saw Boss Stevens.
He just keeps popping in where he's not wanted.
Yeah.
And hey,
Yeah.
I don't necessarily have a problem with him being there as long as he doesn't mess with me, with my business.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of a jerk starts a fight between two friends?
Yeah.
Really? He's stirring the pot, so to speak. He's causing all this drama.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not into drama.
No.
Keep the drama for your mama.
Yeah.
I want to wrestle.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, all of this stuff is getting in between Manimal and I don't know, man. We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, what happens this Sunday? Get your tickets out. You can go to HollywoodWrestling.com.
Boom!
Yeah, there we go. 50
Do
numbers.
it. Make it happen. Let's see. Now, other opponents. Let's see. Mario Banks.
Oh, yeah.
Mario Banks is?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
He's been on Hollywood a couple of times. When I first started, he was like the Joker to my Batman.
Okay.
You know, the Lex Luthor to my Superman.
Oh, yeah.
He has always just been there. He's been the polar opposite of everything that I am. And I've had the benefit, I suppose, of having multiple matches from him. I've won matches from him, and I've lost matches from him. And one thing is for certain, you can't ever count him out. He'll pull something out of his hat real quick and change the whole game on you. But I won the Maximum Championship from him, and I was very happy at a Millennium Pro Wrestling. Very happy that I was able to win that championship, and I guess he's going to be there come Saturday in a couple of weeks over at MPW.
Yeah.
So
July 27th.
you never know what's going to happen.
There's a title tournament for that vacant title.
It's true, which is crap, might I add.
Oh, yeah.
Pure crap. That's my title.
Oh, yeah.
It is. You don't seem to believe me.
Oh, yeah, it's your title.
Yes,
yeah.
it's my title.
Oh, yeah.
I won it from Mario Banks.
Yeah.
And then I had it stolen from me by GQ Money.
Okay.
I never lost it.
Damn.
I never was pinned for it.
1, 2, 3,
It
never been.
never happened.
Never happened.
So that's my title.
Okay.
I will do whatever I have to in whatever circumstances to ensure that title is back in my possession. The last match I had there to start off the title tournament was with a guy named Killer Gorilla.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen him?
Yeah, I've seen him.
Big cat,
Yeah.
big man. And I did what I had to.
Yeah.
He almost beat me. He was a huge man. He almost beat me. But I just kept working that leg, and then at the last second he tumbles out of the ring, and I had to make the hard decision.
Oh, yeah.
I had to think, am I going to do this legally,
Oh.
or am I going to get the win? I may not beat him if I get him back in the ring. So I took his knee pad off, I took his exposed knee, and I rammed it against the guardrail.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
because that's where I am now.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You got it.
Yeah.
I got to do what I got to do
Yeah.
to get my title back.
Yeah.
And that's just where I am.
Yeah. And we got some fan questions.
Yes, I like fans.
Yeah, and my friend Alfredo gave me a great question. What about if you face zombies like The Walking Dead?
Faced like fight zombies?
Yeah. What would your strategy be against zombies?
To fight a zombie.
If luchadors can fight vampires, you can fight zombies.
You make an excellent observation, sir. Okay, now if I were to fight a zombie, biting would be out.
Yeah, you can't fight the zombies.
I wish I could, but all that dead flesh in your mouth, that's a turnoff. That makes me ill. I don't know. Nothing stops a zombie. That's the thing. They don't feel pain.
But nothing stops the hobo either.
Well,
it'll be a good, even contest.
It kind of would be.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Zombies they're freaky. They just have this one compulsion is to eat.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, so do I. So, all right, I'm seeing the correlation there.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I guess I just have to take out the knee, and then they'd end up crawling. You can run away from a zombie faster when it's crawling than you can if it's running after you or like bolting after you, right?
Yeah.
So, I guess I'd say go for the knee or grab a big old rock.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, I just go right in the head. Take that SOB right out.
Go to like a sporting goods store and get your weapons there.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, aluminum bat.
Aluminum bat.
Yeah. You know what makes an aluminum bat even more deadly?
What?
Is if you fill it with bouncy balls.
What? Bouncy balls.
Yeah, absolutely. You know those rubber balls? You take them, you bounce them on the floor, they bounce real high. You take the top off or the bottom off an aluminum bat, fill it with bouncy balls. Yeah. That way you got weight, and it just ricochets off anybody's head. You know, it's a bing and boom, right there.
That's an interesting idea.
It's exactly an interesting idea. You try it. Let me know how it works. Go find a zombie and let me know.
So about your gear, you made it from scratch?
Absolutely. I make all of my gear myself. This is one jacket of like 5.
Yeah.
I've made them all. The pants are Abercrombie and Fitch, sir.
Okay.
I am the only wrestler wrestling in Abercrombie and Fitch.
Oh.
I am a classy guy.
Oh, yeah.
I am. But then I got the duct tape accent going down.
Oh, yeah. Hobo.
People gotta see, you know? And I thought about it. If for a photo op, if I'm throwing a kick, this leg's still down. So you can read Hobo perfectly.
Yeah.
You don't mind having my foot in your face, do you? I got my socks on. Sukase, me sukase, see? See, very good. So yeah, I make all my gear myself.
And your light up jacket, where's that?
Well, sir, that is for the ring.
It's for the ring.
I mean, this is a great show you got running here. But
Thank you.
there's something about having that special coat for that special time, you know.
Yeah.
And I got that light up one. Actually, I have 2 light up ones. One of them is retired. My first light up jacket, I've retired. But I got another one. I actually got 2 more. One that's never been seen before. Yeah. And then I got one that is well known with the shoe shoulder pads. People love that.
Yeah.
I had my old shoes, my original wrestling shoes, and I couldn't bring myself to throw them away. I just couldn't do it. So I'm like, well, how can I make this work? And then I grabbed inspiration from an old admiral's coat. From like the British Navy, right? And they got those shoulder pads with the thing. And I thought, well, I could do the shoes if I just altered them a little bit. Add this right here, put that there, and all of a sudden it came together.
You're a designer.
I am.
Yeah.
Who knew? I'm a wrestler and a clothing designer and an all-around original guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got more questions here. Phone because everything was Facebooked.
Facebook is good.
Yeah.
Yep. Helps connect you to people.
Yep.
I don't like what they've done with it though. I can't get my message out the way I used to on the Facebook because they want you to pay for it, and I'm not gonna pay for it. Pains me.
Would you rather sleep at junkyard or train tracks?
Here's what that man isn't taking into consideration. The dogs.
Oh, yeah.
The junkyard dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Infamous in their ferocity.
Yeah.
I would not sleep at a junkyard. There is too much danger in that. Besides, junkyards aren't typically located next to the railroad tracks.
Yeah.
So you usually have to travel a bit to get to a junkyard.
Yeah.
And what's at a junkyard? You got cars, you got old beaten down cars. and their upholstery isn't exactly as comfortable as anything. You really are better off just sleeping at the train depot. I mean, you're better off finding something there, because you can pick up a train.
Yeah.
It's easier than walking.
Hey, Boxcar Superstore, you find boxcar train tracks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You gotta jump that boxcar, get on to your destination.
Do you like canned beans or corn?
Beans.
Beans?
I really do. I like beans. I like corn off the cob, but something happens to corn when it gets in the can. It gets a kind of metallic taste, and the kernels get all soft. I've thought about this a lot. But beans, they manage to keep their proper texture. You know, red beans have got a snap to them when you bite into them, and black beans are softer, and Catalini beans are big and soft, and I like my beans, obviously.
Yeah.
Good source of protein.
Okay. You got that one. Where will the Hobo be seen in other promotions besides CWH and MPW? We talk about Wrestle Pro Wrestling and WCW.
Yeah.
And that's about it right now?
Well, let's see. We got MPW, WCWC, Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, WPW. I
Then you
think,
got it where all the Hobo goes.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I am where I am.
Yeah.
If I'm advertised, then you know I'll be there, but sometimes I might just show up and surprise you.
How long you been wrestling for?
It's been 4 years now.
4 years.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not that long.
No.
But it's been a really good ride so far, and I just hope it gets better and better.
Yeah.
Just every year has been better than the last.
Any more Help Me Hobo videos?
Somebody's watching.
This is Mike from SoCal Uncensored. He knows his stuff.
Oh, I guess he did.
Yeah.
Any more Help Me Hobo videos? You know, it's one of those things, I gotta find the time, and
Yeah.
I gotta find the location, and I want to do it, but I just gotta find that proper time.
Yeah.
So, I'm not saying no,
Yeah.
I'm just saying just wait for it.
Okay.
Because everybody's got problems, and I've got a good set from a few different people that need answers. Coffee! Nah!
Yeah, you like your coffee.
I love my coffee.
Yeah, you asked, when you're coming here, you said have coffee. I don't really carry coffee. We're a soda house. Yeah, soda and liquor.
Soda? Really? Well, liquor, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe after the interview.
Yeah, so yeah. Well, what's your memories from Fitbit Pro?
What are my memories?
Yeah, some of your favorite memories from there.
I was just talking the other day about the death of Carnicero. There, at Fitbit Pro Wrestling, there was the Butcher, was one of the original students. And then out of nowhere was this masked wrestler named Carnicero, which in Spanish is Butcher. And it was a match between Carnicero and Cuba Castro, another masked wrestler. And Carnicero died in the ring. He died.
Yeah.
So you know what we did?
What?
We had a funeral.
Oh.
We had a funeral for a guy who died in the ring. It was a touching affair. We lit candles, we stood around the ring, we shared thoughts. It was nice. That was one of my favorite times. And then there's wrestling at the Key Club. Key Club was the last match that Fitbit ever produced. It was the last show that they ever put on. We were the first company to wrestle at the Key Club, and the last because it's now out of business.
Okay.
And it was great. I won the Fitbit championship that night against Eric Watts.
Oh, Eric Watts.
Eric Watts.
Big nasty Eric Watts.
Yeah, and Mario Banks.
Okay.
That was special to me, man.
Yeah.
I think that was the first championship I ever won. Yeah, it meant everything to me that I won that in a place like that. You know, if you're gonna win a championship, it might as well be on Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh yeah,
Like
that's a good
it's the
place.
Sunset Strip. Everybody knows it. Everybody goes up and down Sunset Strip. So the fact that I am a champion of the Sunset Strip,
Yeah.
nothing better. I can write that on my resume.
So I'm watching the Kevin Steen show, and he asks questions of wrestlers. This is one question he's always asked people. What are some of the worst ring names you've ever heard? So the worst ring names that you just heard, they're like, what the hell?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
I wish I had boned up, because there's been a few where I just go, what are you talking about?
That's the name you pick?
Yeah, I know, right? If you're gonna take on a persona, you got to make it a good persona.
Yeah.
You know, mine was a little on the nose, but there are other people. I don't
Yeah.
know. You know, I can't really name any off the top of my head, but there's a lot of like guys at lucha shows.
Oh yeah, lucha shows.
Oh yeah, you go there and you hear their names and go, are you kidding me?
It's like a Transformer. You got plastic stuff all over him.
Dude, all right, you know what? I love Transformers, and that's okay by me.
Yeah.
As long as he can actually play the part. If he's good in the ring and he's a Transformer, boom, thumbs up from me. If he's bad in a Transformer, no man, that dude's he's buried. He's done. I'm finished.
Where's the drugged up bear? He didn't make an appearance.
Where'd you put him?
I don't know.
He's right over there,
Oh,
man.
there he is. The drugged up bear always make an appearance.
What's with the purple extensions?
That's the Jeff Hardy. He has the extensions and the for Diddy House Show. When Diddy Live events. Always making an appearance here on the Dashawns. As people ask me what's my obsession with bears. It's like bears always brought up. So people say like, what's with the bears?
Well, what's with the Bears?
Well, Daniel Bryan loves bears. I like bears.
That's true. Bears are pretty cool. Though Stephen Colbert says bears aren't to be trusted.
Yeah.
And I trust him because his name has bear in it.
Yeah. And then Daniel Bryan says, if you want to be a wrestler, you got to try to move on the bear first before you try it in the ring.
No, absolutely. I 100% back that statement. The better you are at wrestling a bear,
Yeah.
the better you are at wrestling a man, hands down. The bear hug, absolutely devastating move.
Yes, it is.
Never to be underestimated, the bear hug.
Yeah.
You mash a man's ribs that way.
Yeah.
Shoot, I remember some days I do nothing but hug trees.
Oh.
Try and snap them in half. Just to make sure that my bear hugging skills are as good as they can be.
Okay.
Absolutely. What is with his hand? Why is it stuck to his crotch?
That's his entrance. You know, when the pyro goes off and he's like this.
Yeah, but
It's so weirdly made bear.
it's very odd. I'm not sure I like it, but it's yours.
Yeah, I bought
You
it.
can have it.
I was a Jeff Hardy mark for a while. He does this wonton. Flashy dude.
Yeah, he's
He's had some problems. He burned out his house.
Wait, really?
Yeah, bro.
When did he burn it down?
He burned down. It caught fire and burned down. We don't know if he burned it down. Yeah, it burned down.
It is just
But he's-
one thing after another with Jeff Hardy.
He's back. That was a few years ago, but he's back and he won the title. Lost it in the ladder match, but lost it to Bully Ray.
He had the ugliest title belt at TNA. I swear
Looked
to
like
God.
a Divas title.
It really was. Like, it looks like a tramp stamp. Don't be carrying that around, man. You shouldn't be seen wearing that belt.
Your belt beats his belt by a mile.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think at this point, my belt holds a lot of credibility
Yeah.
over many other belts, including the WWE belt.
Oh, okay.
I've had my belt longer than the new WWE belt's been around. Think about that.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Prestige. There are a lot of guys backstage say they want to wrestle me for it.
Oh.
I say, let's make it happen.
No.
I want to put my title on the line. Let's see what we can set up, like Ridiculoso.
Oh, yeah.
El Ridiculoso says he wants to wrestle me for that belt.
Oh, he's one of my former guests and current AWS lightweight champion.
Exactly. And I think he'd be a hell of an opponent.
Yeah, you would.
And he's ridiculous enough.
They chase you off for the whistle blows. They chase you off for the whistle blows.